Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal PeaceLoveMusic with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by Deorganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. It's Friday. We finally made it to the end of the week. We are super excited about all the amazing things going on in our ecosystem. Just on the daily, there's so many cool things. We had a great show yesterday with Diego May from BitFlow. He came to tell us about HODL MM and some amazing liquidity options they're offering on BitFlow. Great show yesterday with Bitcoin and Beyond with Melanie and Robin from Liquidium. And that was just one day. You know, we had a bunch of stuff. Shout out to the Bitcoin Pepe crew. Great show there. Great space by Darth Dude and hosting the BNS Spotlight. Jeremiah with his droid show. So many cool things happening in our space these days. Guys, join the Discord. The link right here will get you into the Deorganized Discord channel. We have the new AI Guild. There's going to be more and more stuff coming for our community. And the Discord is going to be one place to get connected. Obviously, you also should be going over to deorganized.media and setting up your account. It's a simple Stacks wallet connection. If you do not know or do not yet have a Stacks wallet, we can get you lined up with a Leather wallet and or an Experts wallet or both, depending on what your needs are, what your use cases are. I actually use both of them on different devices and different capacities, both great products. But you want to be over on deorganized.media and get your account set up early. Early account holders, early supporters, early adopters will be rewarded. So get over to deorganized.media and get set up. Get over to the Discord. Get yourself on there. It's important that we get our community connected. You know, our purpose here is to spotlight people building on Bitcoin, building on stacks, supporting the ethos of decentralization, distributed networks, open source development, public development, and collaborative working permissionlessly and trustlessly, and expanding those paradigms: borderless, trustless communication and exchange, censorship resistance, independent media. That's what we're here for. And so we need to grow our community, and by getting into our Discord, following us, turning on notifications for us, you can get in the know. You know what's happening in the ecosystem. We bring you the news, we bring you the information. Always some education, hopefully, and maybe some entertainment, but never financial advice. That's very important. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. We want to make sure that people are protected, know what they're getting into, and aren't getting hurt. You know, we really want to make sure that our community is safe and happy, you know, getting what they're after. So with that being said, the numbers in Bitcoin holding on to that 116 range. Let me actually share my screen. Too many tabs already for Friday morning. I don't know if you guys noticed, ChatGPT updated to a version 5.0. And suddenly it can't access websites the same. It's having all sorts of issues. I wasn't able to coordinate, aggregate the data I wanted to for the news as easily as I could. I was up early. I was at 6 o'clock. I'm going to get this all done. I'm going to have some more stuff going. It'll give me time to get into some other processes. I really want to help onboard 300 into some of the things we're looking to get going. And I just couldn't get it all working straight. Definitely a Friday. But Bitcoin holding at 116,626. Ethereum ripping. pushing 3,900, pushing that 4K range. I think we might see it. What is Stacks looking at today? Stacks moving up to number 67, coming up to 73 cents, up another 2% over the last 24 hours. That's great. Fair and Greed to Index moved up another 5 spots. It was at 54 yesterday if you were watching the show. So we're still in that neutral range, just on the edge of greed. And, we came into here. For the last several months, it went all the way up into the very low edges of extreme greed, came all the way back down to fear with some corrections. Now we got back up into the low greed, then we went back into neutral. So where's it going to go next? It's still trending back this way, so we might have a little more momentum to the upside. And then what do you think will happen? It'll cycle back through, up and down, up and down. So you want to learn how to read the charts and make sure you know what you're doing with this information as well. We have a great series over on our YouTube channel. That's at Deorganized. I think it's just at Deorganized on YouTube. And you can get that playlist for all of the Learn TA with Landy series from Deorganized. And that's going to be there for you guys to go learn. Starts with the basic, just learning candlesticks and trend and how to read that. It moves on to volatility and momentum, and goes through all of those things, how to read the charts, how to set your set your expectations and make your plan. That's all on the Deorganized YouTube channel. The top 3 gainers on CoinMarketCap for the last 24 hours are Pendle, Arrows rocking. Oh, should have grabbed some of that before it ripped. And Mantle, MNT. Chainlink looking good, pushing $20. XLM, XRP, Aptos, lots of things ripping. Don't forget to take profits. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. In the Stacks DeFi world, I'm going to go over and check out Hermetica. Where am I? Here we are. On Hermetica this morning, you're getting 8% with over $6 million total value locked. That's 8% on your US dollar stablecoin backed by Bitcoin USDH. You can lock in your USDH and collect 8% today. That goes as high as 25% on the regular. This is actually a little bit low for them over at Hermetica. And you can check them out at hermetica.fi. Over at Stacking DAO, you're getting 8.9% on your liquid STX. When you drop your stacks in there, you're getting almost 9%. You can get 9.19% in native Bitcoin yield and 8.64% with yield in SBTC over at Stacking DAO. So if you're holding stacks, you want to stack them either in the native stacking pools and or get some liquid stacks. You can deploy that further into DeFi in the stacks ecosystem, like go over and use the flex pools at BitFlow. Over at Zest, you can actually get, that's not right. Did the boost on boosted APR on SBTC go away? I'll have to double check on that. Looks like we're dropping. We're only getting 1%, or maybe they're not showing the maybe that did drop. You guys had your chance. Stacks, you can lend it out at 3.45% over at Zest, and you can borrow against it. And you got low rates on STXTX. You can borrow STX into existence and do other things with it. Super low rates. You also got pretty low rates on AEUSDC. You can even borrow some USDH at only 5.6%. You're getting 8% on the platform today. So you got a little bit of a arbitrage opportunity there, just in yield, a yield arbitrage opportunity between Zest and USDH. Get over there and check them out. Over at stxtools.io, we're looking at Smoke, POS, and BDC as our top 3 gainers on Stacks tokens in the last 24 hours, stxtools.io is the place to go to do your research on all of the amazing tokens and options in the Stacks ecosystem if you're thinking about investing in Stacks products. In the news, where is one? There we go. All right. White House crypto policy and 401k inclusion. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. The administration unveiled a combined, the Trump administration, the White House, merges crypto roadmap and 401k access policy initiative to integrate stablecoins, tokenized securities, and other digital assets into the U.S. financial system, while directing regulators to explore adding crypto to 401k retirement plans. The plan includes new regulatory sandboxes, easing restrictions on banks issuing digital assets, and revisiting fiduciary rules to enable broader retirement investment options. Supporters see this as a milestone for mainstream adoption, while critics warn of systemic risks on rapid deregulation. It's really interesting to see this, by the way. The administration has obviously really taken a pro-crypto stance, but this is an amazing development for the broader whole world to see. It's an incredible step in the right direction here that we've got this going on in the mainstream. The mainstream political class is taking steps to kind of push the TradFi system into crypto. It's not just opening the door for crypto entities to adopt, but it's like kind of pushing things that way. This is really great. Paxos pays $48.5 million over AML failures with Binance. Paxos has reached a $48.5 million settlement with New York regulators over allegations it failed to maintain adequate anti-money laundering controls, particularly in its dealings with Binance. The agreement includes $26.5 million in penalties and $22 million in compliance upgrades. Regulators say the lapses exposed the firm to illicit activity risks. Paxos, which issues stablecoins and provides blockchain infrastructure, said it remains committed to regulatory compliance and improving safeguards across its operations. The only thing I see problematic here, and I definitely think we need to have measures in place to prevent criminal activity, fraud, funding of violent actors, and so forth. But the system's supposed to remain free and open. It's not supposed to be controllable from a centralized entity. And so, a lot of the KYC, AML stuff in place is a contradiction of the basic rights to privacy and the right to be considered innocent until proven guilty in the US, which establishes that the people are above the government, and we've kind of lost that niche there. I think we need to get back to some of these things. So it's important that we make sure that we're tempering the ability of law enforcement with the rights of individuals and making sure that we can satisfy both of those scenarios. The DOJ charges 12 in a $263 million crypto crime ring. The U.S. Department of Justice has indicted 12 people connected with a sophisticated cryptocurrency theft operation accused of stealing $263 million. Prosecutors say the group used phishing campaigns, SIM swaps, and social engineering to compromise accounts, then laundered the proceeds through luxury purchases and complex transfers. The arrests build on an earlier wave of charges against related defendants. Authorities emphasize the case as part of a broader crackdown on organized digital asset crime. One of the ways to avoid this is to ensure that you're taking the best safety practices possible, you're not actually exposing yourself to these risks. And don't fall for the social scams. Like someone, like I'm getting messages right now from a guy that I think is a scammer asking me to come on his podcast and posing as someone that has a regular podcast. Maybe it is this guy, but he's not following me, so why is he DMing me? Just use your head. Use your head. If somebody's trying to get you to come on their podcast and they're telling you, oh, we could do it anytime this morning within the this hour, next hour, this hour, just come on. They're probably setting you up to get a bad link or something. So just beware. BitVMX. I'm sorry. I got the wrong. I'm skipping ahead. Metaplanet buys 463 BTC. Metaplanet has been killing it. Tokyo-based investment firm Metaplanet has purchased 463 Bitcoin worth approximately $54 million as part of its long-term accumulation strategy. This latest acquisition brings its total Bitcoin holdings to 17,595 BTC, cementing its position as one of the largest corporate holders in Asia, really the world. Metaplanet has been steadily increasing its Bitcoin exposure as a hedge against yen depreciation and to position itself for anticipated global adoption. The move follows similar Treasury strategies by U.S. firms like MicroStrategy. BitVMX, here it is. BitVMX watchtowers upgrade Lightning Network security. Developers have introduced BitVMX watchtowers, a new security feature for Bitcoin's Lightning Network designed to prevent fraudulent transactions. Watchtowers monitor payment channels. Somebody's burning breakfast. And disturbing the puppy.
You okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, all right.
She's just burning her toast. Take that off of the...
It's not on it.
Uh-oh. Got a fire issue going down. In the deorganized style. This is the way we do it.
Oh, turn the burner off.
Just had to check. Just had to check. All right. My guy piece is good. I'm tuning back.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Thank you, GP, for jumping in. We're good. It might go off again because it still smells a little smoky, but we'll keep going. Even if it's burning down, I'm not gonna leave the news. We'll go down with the ship. It does smell a little smoky in here, though. I'm not gonna lie. We'll be all right. Nothing I haven't been exposed to before. Watchtowers monitor payment channels and can automatically respond if a malicious party tries to cheat by broadcasting an outdated transaction state. The BitVMX approach adds programmability and verifiability, enhancing decentralization and user safety. Advocates say this innovation will improve trust in the Lightning Network, which enables fast, low-cost Bitcoin payments. 2 newly approved U.S. bank charters. Crypto firms target U.S. bank charters. 2 newly approved bank charters are specifically tailored for digital asset services, allowing institutions to offer crypto custody payments and token issuance under federal oversight. This is great. The move is part of a broader regulatory shift to integrate cryptocurrency into the banking system. Supporters believe the charters will improve compliance and consumer protection, while critics worry about risks from merging traditional banking with volatile digital assets. Companies like Circle and Coinbase are expected to pursue similar approvals. Fidelity files to tokenize U.S. Treasury fund on Ethereum. Fidelity filed with the SEC to launch an Ethereum-based on-chain share class for its Treasury digital fund. The move would allow investors to hold tokenized shares of a U.S. Treasury fund, directly on the blockchain, offering transparency and potential settlement efficiencies. If approved, it will be one of the first tokenized U.S. Treasury products from a major asset manager. The filing reflects growing interest in using blockchain to modernize traditional financial instruments. On August 7th, Bitcoin spot ETFs experienced a net outflow of $50.32 million. Grayscale's GBTC led with an outflow of $37.66 million, followed by Bitwise's BitB with $14.62 million, and Fidelity's FBTC with $6.11 million. Ethereum spot ETF saw a total net inflow of $8.39 million on the same day. Fidelity's FETH recorded the highest single day inflow of $5.41 million, followed by BlackRock's ETH-A with $4.12 million, partially offset by Grayscale's ETH-E with an outflow of $1.14 million. Stack your stacks with Stacking DAO and earn up to 10% yield on your STSTX. If you want the best swap rates on Bitcoin, stacks, runes, and more, get over to bitflow.finance. And today's calendar for the day, powered by Rising Tide over at deorganized.media. We had an amazing whatever morning space with the Good Vibe Tribe led by Binta and GPSC and all of the gang. Hana was in there. There was a lot going on. Always a great time. Great way to get your day going. We have our morning show every Monday through Friday at 8:30, giving you the news, the information, what's going on in the ecosystem. We'll get the homies on chatting shortly. And then Find to Earn rounds at 9:30. We have another one added today. So we've got the Nakamoto Droid token added. We've got, I think, like 8 or 9 sponsors on the Find to Earn rounds today. So join us at 9:30. Lots of ways to find to earn. Come engage with the ecosystem. And then after a brief, we'll have a short intermission after the Find to Earn rounds. We'll have SIP and Innovation Show with Hero and Haddy joining us to talk about the latest in stacks, improvement and innovation going on in the ecosystem. We have Purple Pill Friday happening at 5 p.m. with Dan and Brad, the longest running stacks-oriented space in the ecosystem. And at 7 p.m., we have Deorganized Nightly with GP and friends. Tune in and get into what's going on in the ecosystem. And that is our news for the day. I was starting a trend yesterday where I was going to go over what all of the available bounties for Zero Authority are in the ecosystem for the week, and I was unable to do so because ChatGPT is not reading websites this morning with the 5.0 update. Seems like a downgrade to me, but we'll see what happens. If they want me to pay more to keep doing what I was doing, that's not going to happen, and I'll figure out a different way to get our processes handled. But it definitely threw a wrench in the works this morning, and I was not happy about it. And I kept letting ChatGPT know, and it kept saying, "You're totally right. I'm screwing this up," but wouldn't fix it. It was just not working like it normally is. And that's too bad because it's been a tremendous tool for us, and hopefully it'll get sorted out. Quick word from our sponsors before we bring on the bros. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums and users start earning rewards immediately. So there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. Choose to earn your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. Want to start earning yields today? Head over to stackingdao.com and jump on in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And BitFlow is the top DEX on Stacks. They let you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, runes, and more all in one place, and they aggregate the best prices on all of the exchanges on Stacks, including Alex, Arcadico, Valar. Recently, BitFlow rolled out flex pools launching with STX, STSTX to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity. Head over to bitflow.finance now. Always cranking. They're delivering new stuff. There's so much more functionality coming. If you're not participating, you need to get over there and check them out. That is the news. Let me bring on the bros. What's up, Hannah? I think Hannah's in the house. What's up, Target? What's up, GP?
Hey. What's up, man? I thought I was about to put on the fire hat and like the fire suit and come up north and like, dude, just like make sure that I could like help my buddy out. You know what I mean? I was getting prepared.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming in clutch. I know you got my back. I know you got my
Can't
back.
say I don't, man. Can't say I don't. Happy Friday, bro. How you doing?
Happy Friday. I'm doing excellent. We got Tenderly in the house with us. We got 300 in the house. Good morning, bros. How you doing today?
Guys.
GM. What's
Oh,
good, buddy?
Brody got the stream going in the audio. Let's go.
What's up?
Oh,
Tenderly making some great content too. I loved that
yeah, dude.
that piece you did yesterday.
Thank you so much, sir.
I think that shirt did really fly shirt.
BP rocking that at Bitcoin Beach next year.
Damn, Skippy, he will. Yes.
Lit.
Yeah, for sure,
Check my
sir.
t-shirt, bro.
Oh my
Check
god.
my
Oh, dude.
Damn!
You like his shirt?
Sex in Vegas, baby.
The
Oh,
location. Let's go.
those that,
Trying-
we got Orange in the house early this morning too. What's up?
Yo, dude, it's a good Friday. We got all the guys.
Friday.
Let's go.
Friday.
What's up, guys?
What's
Friday
up?
is for the guys, man. Let's go. What's up,
Yeah,
Orange?
I am looking so forward to the weekends.
Dude, aren't we all, man? You know, we grind hard, all of us, like in this room right now, man. In our whole ecosystem, like we all push so hard, dude.
The question on everybody's mind, or at least mine, is how was football last night?
Oh, Brody. You know, they've got my nephew playing safety, right? So not only is he playing safety, but he's a receiver too, and they're pitching him the ball now. And he's pitching it and he's getting yards, man. He got a down, he got about 10 yards, right?
Like he's coming from the end around.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So he's learning how to like cut to the sideline and run the sideline. And then like also he's reading the plays whenever he's on defense. He is the stamina player on the team. So that means that like whenever everybody else is like getting swapped out for a break, he's on the field. He played almost the whole game without coming off the field.
Safety at that level, he's the guy that they know he's taking the angles. He's reading the plays. He's finding the ball the fastest.
Right. He's got football. Like his dad was an athlete, right? You know, I wasn't much of an athlete, but I know sports, like some sports knowledge, like, but he is like, he takes to it, right? He craves like the discipline. You can tell the other kids, they're a little bit young, they're playing around and stuff, which is okay, right? But like, and my nephew's playing with them too, but like when I say lock in, like he goes like this, turns his head to the coach and goes straight to the coach, gets in the huddle and is listening. And I mean, like I'm proud, dude. Yesterday he pulled some flags, he got some real good flags and stops, and he put some points on the board. He almost got a touchdown. He got us to the end zone and then got us there over the line. So doing really good, man. Really, really good.
Does he have the
so
same
good.
build as you, or is he wider or longer? Or
He's longer than well. He has the same type of build as me, but he's going to be taller than me. His dad's a bit taller than me. His dad was a soccer player. You know what we call soccer in America. You know, so like he's got a boot in soccer, but like for football, I mean, I played football, but I didn't play it on like varsity or junior varsity, which is our high school teams in America. But he takes the football really good. Like he looks great. He looks great for a 5-year-old. Like locked in. Yeah, man, for sure.
do,
Just a
do
little.
they already start with kicking the ball to the post, or is that not part of the game yet?
So not part of the game yet. They don't have like field goals. It's flag football, so it's not contact like to where like you can tackle or block or anything like that. They wear flag like a belt around their waist, and it has 2 flags that you can detach by yanking off, and that is the tackle. So
Yeah.
we're not giving 5-year-olds concussions, basically.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. But the first play, my nephew actually was going for the flag though, but he got a tackle. Like he got a tackle. On accident, he had to be reminded that go for the flag. But he was going for the flag. His body just ended up tripping up the other kid. So it was a legit tackle. So I feel good. I feel like he's hustling a lot, and he's if he cannot get to that flag at that last moment to save the play, he's diving for it. He's throwing his all into it. He is literally trying to get these stops. So yeah, maximum effort, maximum output too. It was exciting. It was an exhilarating game, and our first game that we won.
Oh, we got to get you guys more in the win column then.
Yep, we have to. I feel like every single practice we see our team get better, and that's the way. He's had 3 practices now, and every single practice I see different skills that he's picking up. So to see the little ones start to learn where they're supposed to line up on the ball and stuff like that. The coach isn't having to place each one of them individually. Now it's only 2 or 3, and by the next game and the next practice, everybody will be able to line up and be ready for the play. So I love it. I'm loving being there and present and helping, with the kids near the bench and stuff like that, making sure that whenever they swap out for substitutions and stuff, and making sure everybody's paying attention and stuff like that from the sidelines. It's good, man. A lot of fun too, which is the most important part. They're having fun.
That is the whole of the importance of the thing, is that they have fun, they learn to work together. But getting in the win column, so I've had teams that came very close to winning championships. One of my sons ended up going and playing on the on the their, what do they call it down in Florida, not the World Series, the big tournament where you get all the you make the regional team and you go down and coming in second. We've had a lot of successes, but I've also had teams that they didn't win a lot. And so it's very important that they get some rewards so you got to make sure when they're not winning that you're giving them extra encouragement. All of the kids, all of them.
I don't think they know yet if they've won or lost. So regardless, if they come out of the game, they feel like they've won. So that's yes, very important and a very good point.
He's about 5'10", if I had to guess.
Yes, I'm 5'10", in a half. I'm almost 5'11", but I'm 5'10".
I'm
average.
way taller than
I
you,
said
GP.
5'11", but I didn't want to just
I know you are.
myself as being extra short. I'm almost
I'm
5'8".
6'1", 6'2".
Really?
Yeah, dude. All the guys are. All my homies are. Nosferatu, Tenderly.
Jack's a tall fella.
Jack's a tall fella. Jack is a tall fella. Meeting everybody in Bitcoin Vegas is
Rosar's not short either.
No, Rosar is tall too.
Yeah.
Rosar is over 6 foot.
And I'm just here with my 4'2".
You are not 4 foot
Not
2.
4'2".
Get out of here.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, man.
5'8" is within the average height range for men. Just at the very lowest end of.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not sure what it is in feet or I only know the meter because European. Freedom units are not for me, I guess. But it's 1 meter 80.
There's definitely fine points to be said for the base 10 system. I mean, it's not metric makes more sense, but it's just not what we use here on the regular. So we've got feet and inches, 12 inches in a foot.
That's a very interesting conversation.
You're
before.
5'9". You're 5'9".
Okay, 5.9.
like right around them, 5.8, 5.9.
Yeah, but that's a very interesting conversation for another time. Like, when or how do you implement a new system in a culture or a society that is used to one other metric or a system? So, for example, if you go to England and you say to them, go right on the right side of the road instead of the left side, nobody is going to do that. So, how can you change that without being or using force like they did in Germany?
Well, I was talking like so. We interviewed an Indian artist, Abro, this week, right? And me and 300 talked to Abro as well as Reese. Like all three of us were interviewing him and on Art on Stacks. And actually, in their culture, if you are like left-handed, like you're left-handed or right-handed, and your parent is like right-handed or left-handed, like they try to teach you like what your parent is. I think that's exactly that's what I understand of it, is like if your parent is left-handed or right-handed, that's what you're gonna be, right? So Abro was left-handed and his parents were right-handed, so he had to learn how to write with his right hand. And through
Yeah.
doing that, like art is kind of like one of the skills that he was practicing through doing that, like how to practice with his handwriting and stuff like that with his right hand. And somehow art got incorporated into that process, and that's how he found art. So just different cultures, different strokes for different folks, and how things work, right? Big shout out to Abro.
But the thing is, like, for example, if you want one language over the whole world that everyone is speaking, and it doesn't have to be a language that we already have, but just one language, how would you accomplish that? Because everyone thinks that their language is superior to other languages because they can already speak it. So what is the incentive to make it a universal language or universal system or a universal whatever, um, all encompassing the cultures, the distances? Um, it's very hard to accomplish, I think.
Yeah, well, I think that with AI, that will be unnecessary. We'll be having translators in real time, just literally like on our phone, or like to where you bust out your phone and shake it a certain way, and you can connect and communicate with anybody in any language, right? And then the more that they use it, the better the discrepancies between like different words will continue to get like closer and closer, and that gap will be filled the more that the AI is used. That's what I see. Is like everybody will be able to communicate no matter what language, because it's just a normal thing.
Yeah, sure. The thing is that if you look at like 400 years ago in the upper part of Europe or Scandinavia, if you take that language and compare it to the English that they speak in English right now, it's so much different because over the years have been so many twists and subtle differences made that has been incorporated into the culture,
Yeah,
and that created a whole new language on itself
right.
while people are thinking that they are still talking the same language.
Yeah, like dialects and slangs and
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that. Yeah, that transform the language. I agree. Yeah, so the AI would have to interpret the different languages and the variations of all the different languages to kind of make a uniform, like like this is a derivative of this word that can mean something different. It'll get there. I think it will. Like I have
Yeah,
just now started seeing where how based AI tools have become in the last 6 months. Just think about it. We got Chat GPT, and then Grok, and then now we have all sorts of different AIs that do different things, have different tasks. I feel like things are starting to get automated, and the people with the ideas are, I talked about this a long time ago. Is that like it'll move from a space where you need a dev to create anything, like any type of product, to like the idea, the people with the ideas that are implementing these ideas through AI, and the space will move from a place where you need somebody that is like handy with dev work and coding, to catering to people with ideas, the creators, right?
Exactly. I'm doing that right now, to be honest. Someone told me like a week ago, is if you take the AI agents or the vibe coding and you treat it like you are a people manager instead of a coder, you will tell as a management position leader what you want the code or the vibe coder to do, and it will create it for you.
Yeah, like it's simple as that. If you train your AI on like just normal day conversation and how you speak, like it'll get to understand your references, what you're meaning and stuff like that. Just having a normal conversation back and forth every day with your AI, it'll pick up on little things, on how you word things and stuff like that. And then once you get to the building phase of saying, hey, I want to create this, it'll understand you a little bit better on exactly what you mean, and then give you a fine-tuned product. Of course,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to reiterate, and you're gonna have to like try different versions, and like, but like it's there right now. You can use these tools like lovable.dev to create websites. You can use chat PRD to type out all of your information about your idea to get a PRD, to then plug that into lovable.dev to get like a website. Like all of this is happening right now, so yeah, man. What, I'm curious, so what are you working on, Orange?
I'm currently creating. Maybe I can show it.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Orange doing a screen share of some alpha. Okay.
Yeah, it is not really anything very special or something, but I'm trying.
No,
Let me get it.
keep going.
So at this point, I'm going to share it.
Sick.
Can you see it?
Hold on. Yeah, I went to click it, but it. Oh, now I think we.
Did we? Yeah. Okay. All right. There we
There
go.
it is.
I gotta forget
For the moment.
the automatic response.
Yeah, so very high level, basic overview of what it is. The crypto portfolio liquidation dashboard. It's not the right wording for it. It's basically a simulator that is trying to optimize your exit strategy by simulating the AMA-based liquidation scenarios. So what you can do, or what the thing is that I want to make it do, is that I put in a token that I'm having in my portfolio, or multiple tokens, and then you are entering the amount you have. Let's say you have Ethereum, and especially with tokens that have buy and sell tax, you can also enter that. So let's say, for example, it has a 4% sell tax, and then you can see, okay, based on different price targets, what would be the optimal rate for you to sell your tokens. So in batches, what is the most effective and efficient way to do that? So let's say the current token price is 32, and circling supply, and you take a price target of, let's say, 10,000 ETH, and then it auto-fetched the pool data of Ethereum from the Uniswap v2, or even the Uniswap v3, depending on what you want, what the fee is, and then slippage you use. Let's say it's 4%, and just saying things. If you take the gas fees and you want the target currency in euros, you calculate it, and then it now says you have just how much money you would have. And the basic thing is that it needs to be doing is saying um, you need to sell it in 5 portions of €2,000 or dollars per time to maximize the slippage and to maximize the profit you can extract from the pool.
That's dope, dude. I think that this is a handy tool, right? Like you can plug in different variables to different assets, different variables, different pools. Like this is a handy tool and like a good way to get started on like seeing how things work. I think this is a good educational tool, and then something that people could learn about slippage and all of that stuff, LPs. Um, through this dashboard. This is cool, Orange. Like for sure. I think more people should start building tools. And this is awesome that you got started, bro.
Yeah, so it was indeed it's born from a need for myself. I don't give a shit if someone else is going to use it or not. I am
Right.
just needing it for myself, so that's why I'm trying to make it. But again, what you say is you learn from it, like
Yeah.
immensely. I didn't know anything about V2 pools on Uniswap. And now I know what the formula is you need to have based on the research that the AI the agent did, etc., etc.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, dude. And like, yes, like so you're building for yourself, right? But it may be handy for someone else. So like you never know. But like you're building out of a need, right? And what you can could be a need of someone else, and then somebody could use this tool. So
Exactly.
I love it. I love it, dude. I think it's cool, man. Now you're on your builder arc, and like, so what AIs are you using to build these types of tools? Like, what type of like, repositories? I said, yeah, repositories are you using and stuff like that? Like, how are you building these tools?
Um, that are questions I cannot answer about the repositories. I'm just using Cursor. I'm just
Got you.
using
Got
the saying to Cursor. I wanted to this. I want you to research that, implement that, do this, do that. Uh, and it is not always correct because the results like they are showing now is not what I wanted to do as of yet, but it's the start of.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome. Good stuff, dude. Keep going, keep iterating. Like, I want to see it. If you want me to like play with it, or if you need somebody to help test with you, or something like that, dude, just reach out in the DMs. You know what's up. I'll check it out.
Thank
But
you. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
of course, man. Of course. Yesterday, Crypto Dude and I were cooking. Last night, the guys, the Gigaverse ambassadors, Nosferatu, Boyu Peak, not Boyu Pick, Boyu Peak. He changed his name. Prince K. Big shout out to Savage.stx from CTSN. The guys were cooking all night long until like 3 a.m. their side. And I go to the flag football game. I get back, and the guys have like cooked so much material, right? And there's some stuff like we're gonna have a really good call tomorrow, Saturday, like to kind of go through the prompts and the like how they got there with some images and stuff like that they created. But you should see some social campaigns coming out of the Gigaverse because we've got big things planned. Me and 300 have a drop coming up, so we have an important call tomorrow where we're going to be getting together and kind of chopping it up and talking about the Gigaverse. So really excited about that.
Yeah.
Orange, I don't know. Did you see my the Gigaverse website so far? Did you catch that?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. 300. Have you? All right, so I might as well share it too. But like,
Share it.
creator,
Yeah, you-
creator,
You can share the link so we can check it out. I think I missed it. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be lit as we get into the prompts and how we create stuff.
Yeah, dude. This is how this is how it is. So this is the Gigaverse website that I'm working on. Eventually you'll be able to like connect your wallet or connect your wallet. Get into this and it'll pop up the Stacks Connect. It'll do for you to sign in. Just display that. Are you guys seeing this part that's popping up, the Chrome extension pop up? There
Yeah.
we go. So
we
you're
see the pop-up to
able
connect,
to do that.
nothing after that.
So boom, connected wallet here. Got a little spaceship that follows your cursor around. Welcome to the Gigaverse frog. But the whole thing is like this is getting ready for the comic, right? We have a Gigaverse comic that tells the story of Stacks, through the lens of the Gigaverse. We've got the GigaPepe Council. All of this is just needing to be like fine-tuned, right, for the comics and the collections. Well, you get into here, this you'll see the comic episodes and what episode we're on and all that stuff here. You can read. You can select these different vectors. These would be the different episodes of the comic here that you want to check out. And then we obviously will have some type of release schedule. This is not correct. This is information that I have to plug in.
Hey, GigaPepe.
Maybe
I've got a cool idea that I want to share with
What's
you
up,
for the
Hannah?
website. Yeah, I think it would be cool if you put like a background song that we did on the website.
What is it?
When somebody logs on the website, they will hear the song behind playing in the background. What do you think about that?
Oh, I would love it. I think that if they had the NFT, right, like for the soundtrack of the Gigaverse, and then they log in with their wallet, it plays the song in the background. That would be awesome. Of course, GigaPepe V2 holders will redact it, but get a GigaPepe V2. We are cooking. Obviously, GigaPepe V2 is not sold out. This all needs to be changed and different. I don't have a collection called Chrome Ships, but like this is just showing that like, hey, we could have a web, like a collection that is upcoming, and then you able to mint here on Gamma. There'll be a mint button here. GigaPepe will be properly indexed on the site once we connect it and stuff. This gets into the different things that you can look like airdrops that holders have received from holding GigaPepe V2s, the different agreements that they've earned for holding GigaPepe V2, like memo bots, governance. I don't know if this is going to be a thing yet, right? So we'll see. But got a community here, so like if you want to click here, it'll link you to the Discord and stuff like that. Got a little frog that pops up here that says "Welcome to the Gigaverse." That'll probably likely be like a GigaPepe popping out. But this is the first rendition of the website, right? And we have the Galactic Art Collective, where we are a collective of artists just kind of pushing the art secured by Bitcoin narrative. And we do commissioned work together. We can help you create an NFT collection, whatever it is. We make it happen. So I want to be able to write on creators. That's why it's got there. We've got collections, comic, lore, so the backstory. You'll be able to click all of these buttons, and connect your wallet, and you'll be able to view your GigaPepe V2s and your other collections from the Gigaverse. So really cool stuff. I really hope like resonates, and of course we'll probably change the ship in the background a little bit to mirror something ship from the Gigaverse. But it's a start, and it was created with AI and a little bit of know-how, and I'm loving getting into this building art and learning the code and learning how to do all of it, because I think that it's very interesting. It's a rabbit hole of its own, and I've not been able to get to this point yet until now. The the tooling for AI is allowing me to build whatever I want, but I've got an announcement here shortly for you guys that I think you guys are gonna like. And yeah, so that's my little demo of the Gigaverse website. So
I love it, man.
Yeah, it looks great. Psyched. We gotta get it. We gotta get it onto your. We gotta figure out how to get that on your profile. Oh, you can add a website, right, to your profile. On
oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, we gotta get that on there. Maybe get it even on some of the show, like somehow get it onto the show page. Somehow, for your
that'd
night
be
shows,
sick.
Just
Go to the Gigaverse to check it out.
Yeah, right from the show page.
Can I ask you one question, GP? Maybe you know that better than me, or someone who could help. I'm just yesterday they released GPT-5, right? And you can use it on Cursor, but I don't know if you should get a GPT Pro account or a Cursor Pro account to get the max benefit for the lowest cost.
So what I've been hearing on the timeline is that the new Grok is something serious. I do not know a lot about the GPT. I actually use Chat PRD to create a PRD for my website and then plugged it into lovable.dev. That's the way I did it. So maybe somebody from the AI guild could help you a little bit, like help you through that. Or maybe Rosar, Crypto Dude. These guys are people that know some AI stuff. So I'm just now like surface level, so I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take that into account and we'll ask around. Thanks.
But if I do figure it out, I'll definitely do it.
Yeah, please do, because I kind of love the vibe coding thing.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm vibe coding myself.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
So
ChatGPT this morning was like just giving me all sorts of hard time. Like I could not get it to find the links and stuff that I wanted to. But I do think that it's just probably some tuning for the update, because it just updated from 4 whatever to 5. But man, is it when you get used to using these tools and you make them part of your daily processes and it just doesn't work all of a sudden, it's really like, it sucks. Did you see that? Yeah, Chip's going to give you a prompt that you can add your upcoming episodes to your website from Deorganized Media. That's even
easy. That's crazy.
I love it. It is
I love it.
Great
like,
conversation, guys.
Library.
Yeah, we got just more and more good stuff coming, fam. Happy to be here with y'all. It is just about time for Fine to Earn. We're a little bit over, and the Game Master is in the wings. He's on his way up from the underworld. So I'm going to play a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with Fine to Earn rounds momentarily. You all stay tuned. It is time. The Game Master has arrived in his true form. How are you today, sir?
Dear mortals, I'm fine, ready to hunt.
Let's go. We have so many rounds today, I'm not even sure. It's like hard to keep track of them.
Yeah, it's just growing.
It's just
Beyond
growing. We've got an
Beyond
amazing community.
imagination.
Yes, yes, indeed. So we have rounds by Rucoin, Leocoin, Bitcoin, Pepe, STXAI, Flat Earth, Droid,
Nakamoto Droid.
Nakamoto Droid, and is there one more? Oh no, the UAP is only once a week. So and I think that's all of them. If
So
I
we
left
have
you-
like 7 rounds plus jackpot. We have Ru, Pepe, Flat Earth, Leo, we have Droid, we have Bob Builder, we have STXAI and jackpot.
let's go. Let's go. Let's get started.
Okay, let's start from any choose any open round. We can start again from Pepe if you want.
Yeah, let's start from B Pepe again.
Okay, we start from Pepe game. It's an open round for everyone, and after we play 2 whitelist rounds, it will be the same whitelist as yesterday,
GP,
and
you
we
want to
have more open rounds.
GP, you want to share or you want to share or you want me to?
Yeah, I can share this morning.
All right, let's go.
Fine. Ready, let's go.
Let me drop you
I
the
got-
picture.
I got the picture, and I'm gonna. Oh wait, is this the picture from yesterday? Hold on. Yep.
No, it's he is not builder now. He is a study.
Got it. Got it. All right. So this is the image for. I'm gonna put that on there. This is for. So guys, when you come in, you tune into the live stream. You come in early. You're gonna get the shot for the picture early. So you have an advantage over everyone else. You can study the picture for a few seconds, but you can only see it on screen. The post isn't going to go live until a little bit after. So you get an advantage coming in. Make sure you share out the live stream. It is absolutely helping us grow. It's helping us onboard new users. We got 2 whitelist rounds because we have so many whitelist requests. We got lots more sponsors because we're doing well with this. So keep sharing out the stream, keep commenting, liking, say hi in the chat. It helps us grow. And if you like these games, we need your support. So get out there and do it. You got I'm going to leave this up for 5 more seconds, and then we'll get the rounds going. 3, 2, 1. That's it. That was your advantage for tuning in early.
Okay,
Share
the
out the
game is
live stream.
launched. I just launched the game with your countdown. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Like and repost the game and the stream before you play, and the first person who found the correct link or coordinates will win the prize, 400k Pepe, and we have 7 games more for today.
Let's go. 400k Pepe, B Pepe, the orange frog, the only frog you need to know about. 400,000 B Pepe is up.
Yeah,
for
while
grabs.
we're waiting, I just want to say a couple of words. I'm very busy, but I listen to your conversation a little bit. So everyone just have to use ChatGPT 5. It's obviously overrated from previous version to this version, but it's better in coding than Cloud. Because now it's the best coding app for vibe coding for any prompts for programming. So now ChatGPT have no competition, and it means
So, Is Quen 3 the 430 billion parameter coder? Is that any good?
I'm not sure, but I just know information that is better for coding right now. Yeah, I'm just checking the answer. So the winner is the orange.
Orange won and asked a pertinent question at the same time.
Yeah, so I love multitasking too.
I thought that was a whitelist round.
It was not any. It was easy, but it was too easy because Orange found it first.
Yeah, we have only one MS and other players. Okay, now we play 2 whitelist rounds. Get ready, everyone.
2 whitelist rounds coming up. Get back. If you are on the whitelist, be ready. Also, make sure that you're liking and reposting the game rounds and the live stream. We need as much sharing out as of the live stream as possible as well.
Yeah, okay, I launch whitelist round in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If you're eligible to leave the comment, it means you are in whitelist. We didn't change whitelist from yesterday. I just add a couple of people who asked so much, and I just want to say, like, we need everyone to try and win from this whitelist. And one more for Flat Earth. I will launch soon. Talking about our project, so the people asking about leaderboard. Our goal to refresh leaderboard before we drop some rewards, some prizes to our hunters, and it will be in the end of month. So we just don't want to refresh leaderboards with no purpose. And in the middle of month, I don't know, like in 20 August, maybe we'll launch on-chain game, so a lot will happen for our project. I'm focused currently on like fine turn and encrypted NFTs.
Yeah, the things I've seen, it's amazing.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, we launch the second round right now. It's for whitelist 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Very easy countdown since it's for whitelist, but still, people, please like and repost games. We need more players. We need we grow every day, but we can grow like infinite amount of time.
Right. We need more. We can't have enough people share out the stream right now. The more we get, the more we grow, the more shows we can get. We have momentum. We need to keep going. So make sure you're sharing out and supporting those who give you opportunity. And that's what we're doing here. We're giving opportunity for everything, for Skullcoin, for BoostX, for all of these meme tokens, for Stacks, for Deorganized, and for all of you playing. This is an opportunity for you guys to get out there and engage, learn about what's going on, have some fun, some entertainment, and participate and earn some tokens. Share them out.
How much people did we get yesterday?
Well, that's a whole nother thing. So the last couple of days, and I don't know if it's an X thing or what, like we actually ended up with over 1,200 people on the live stream, but then our number got reduced after, like a couple hours after the stream, it was dropped down to like 800. So I don't know. And that's happened the last couple of days. And it also happened on Melanie's show yesterday as well, where we lost some, like we finished with over 500 live viewers between all the platforms, and then like on her stream we lost numbers, on our stream we lost numbers. So I'm not sure. That's a hard question to answer because I'm not sure what's causing the fall off, if it's something new with X or if there's an issue. So officially, according to X, I think we had about 850 live viewers yesterday, but originally we had like 1,200. So I don't know. Can't answer you. I can tell you that as of right now, we have about 600 people that have tuned into the live show this morning. according to Restream.
Kind of strange, kind of strange to find out that you lost like 400 people.
Happened the last 2 days.
Okay, we have two winners, and it's Colade for Flat Earth game, and it's the person with nickname Man Like Piper for True Game. And we keep whitelist and play the next week, and you can still win. And you can play open games. I was busy to passing this bot challenge because like they ask about Skullcoin human activity account, like I just need to. We have too much like notification and just X platform to check us.
I'm noticing some weird stuff where I'll like lose a couple of hundred, not on my personal one, just on the deorganized one, but I'll lose a couple of hundred users, like follows, and then I'll get them back. And then I'll lose I'll lose a couple hundred again, and then all of a sudden they'll be back. So I don't know if it's...
Yeah, it's some kind of bots. I don't know, like, it doesn't matter. Okay, we have like the same issue too, but it's not the problem. The most important thing, we see the real people, the real hunters who playing, who participate in chat.
That's right.
Okay, let's play the next round. We have Leo, Droid, Bob, and STXAI. What do you want to play?
Let's go Leo.
Okay. Leo could be a little bit harder since the price is bigger. Okay, we are ready to launch. Who wants to count down?
I'll do one.
Let's
And
go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, the game is launched.
Come on, Scan.
Good luck, hunters.
Checalo.
Checalo. Hyundai. I think that was the one Honda did yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago. Hyundai. I think it was Hyundai. Hundo? I don't remember. We'll have to ask him to clarify it. He had to bounce because he had to do something with 3 honey.
Leo cat right there. We're gonna go ahead and copy the coordinates here. Paste them in my Google Maps. Let me share my screen over there. Alright, this is what we're working with, looking for a Leo cat in this vicinity. Got a building with a little side building on it.
We still have no winner.
Looks like it's a brick building. I'm gonna go this way if I can. No, I can go that way. Go this way.
Or X just freeze for me.
White brick.
I need to check. Let me reload. No, seems like it's working.
Is it weird that there's such a huge shadow on that part of the map?
No,
Right.
it's
Oh, that.
mostly a cloud.
Yeah,
Or
it's a cloud, and it really it's in this dark area. Okay, seems like we have a winner, and it's Lil Dude. Congrats.
Hey, little dude.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go. Very nice.
Let's go, Hunters.
Let's go.
Okay, we have Droid, Bob, and yeah. Okay, let's play the Droid game. We never played it before. Not so hard game. Be ready. Yeah, so since I like using AI, different AIs, ChatGPT, Gemini for years, I just recommend with this update just to use this plus subscription on ChatGPT 5 and be happy. Because the previous version was ChatGPT 03. 03 was the best AI. We have a lot of conversation about our project. It helps a little bit, but it's still so far from AGI, so far, because like it has no creativity and possibility to create something new. Okay, we are ready to launch. Who want to count down?
Sure.
Who's doing it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy 4K!
Let's go.
Oh,
Happy Finder.
happy Find to Earn Friday.
Let's go. Plenty of game rounds. In this round, it looks like we are looking for some more graffiti. Got a droid rover running through the destruction, and it has a little droid emblem on the wall over there.
That's
Making
awesome.
sure that I liked and shared. Let's see if we can find destruction in the map. Let's go.
The first ever appearance of Droid on Find to Earn today.
Okay, seems like we have two players who found since it's near the starting location. And the first person was Isaac. He was faster than only one MS for 1 second.
So Isaac for the win. Look at that. Before I could even change my screen.
Yeah, that was a fast one.
Not share. Stop sharing. Switch share. There we go. Drop it in. And then direction. Ooh, that looks good.
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was aliens, not a cloud. Might be a
I was gonna say,
UAP.
something. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I don't know why I'm not grabbing the location there. Here. Do this one. And then I grab.
Okay, let's play the Bob game. We are
Alright,
ready to
Bob
launch.
game.
You have to find the yellow beetle car. Okay, I will count down. Everyone get ready. We launch the Bob the Builder game. We start in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let the hunt
Let's
begin.
go. Come on, it's gone.
It's Bob in the bobber bust in a busted little buggy, little beetle here. Let's go. Little Ghibli action.
Everyone like and repost the game before you play. If you win and there will be no repost, we will not count this win.
I'm looking for a Burgundy-esque building in this area. Let's head off this way a bit before I take the street if I can't scroll past it super close. Go around the block real quick. Alright, let's go. Preview. Alright, let's see here. Try right there. Thought I saw a car there.
I found a couple of yellow cars, but they weren't the right yellow car.
I'm looking for the car, like
Yeah, there will be a yellow
behind
vehicle
it,
and
like a row of cars, it's
there
like
is a
red, silver.
Mazda behind. You can see. The people drop the different locations. It's an original picture with just yellow beetle.
Yeah, I like the combination of the Ghibli image and the actual image of the surroundings. I like it. The right type of challenging.
Yeah, we can give you the clue on the stream, so it's on the same street. You just have go on the right. Long ride distance. So following the organized show, you can get this clue and win the prize. I still don't see the right answer.
Definitely pays to watch the live stream. You get some advantages. You know when the games are launching. You know when we share the clues. You know when we're watching, when we give you some advantages. I think I found it.
Yeah, okay. Isaac and Orange found, but Orange was the first person. Orange is the winner.
Congratulations.
Orange for the win. Let's go. I found it too.
Yeah,
Oh,
then
yes.
follow the
At
clue.
exact
Clue
moment
gives you
that
the
it is going to 4K. It's incredible.
what 4K?
Ethereum is at 4K right now.
Yeah, like.
Oh, did it pump up again?
Yeah, so the historically every alt season starts from Ethereum,
Yes.
and Ethereum pair at ATH to BTC. So I'm following like the 4 cycles maybe. I'm very old, you know. Okay, we have STXI game. One more. Let me check. We have to find the Bitcoin scene. Sign. Let me double check. Wait. We just wait a little bit when everyone get back. So everyone play this game from satellite view. Pay some attention. It's not so hard game, but if you pay some attention, you find it easy.
Is this the jackpot, or is there one more round before the jackpot?
Next round. We are ready to launch, and I will count down.
All right.
You have to find the exact angle and the exact building. The building is obvious, but just drop yellow pigment in the right place. You will have like couple chances. Okay, we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's go.
Let's go.
Got the SDX AI guys here, pointing at this building here. But,
Yeah, he is pointing on like a Bitcoin windows.
let's go.
Easy game if you play from satellite view and you're fast thinking like, okay, this is building, I'm try drop here, yellow pavement, drop here, I'm just checking and you will find this window. So the goal to find the double orange window like in like Bitcoin letter. Make the streets yellow, look from above and find it.
Looks like a theme park.
Okay, we have a winner and it's Winnie V. Hazel.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Congrats on the win scheme.
Winnie, she was the first who found and we played jackpot game in 1 minute. Everyone get ready.
Everyone
This will
get
be-
ready, get back.
Yeah, this will be not so easy, but we'll see.
Yep.
Like
While-
sometimes,
Go ahead.
so yeah, so jackpot game is little bit more about the luck and also it gives opportunity to see for everyone, like since it's a fair competition and sometimes there will be no winner at all and in the last, like, you know, we give opportunity to make it bigger, like the bigger prize, more attention.
I just want to again thank all of our sponsors: Bitcoin Pepe, RuCoin, Flat Earth, LeoCoin, DroidCoin, and Building on Bob. Oh, and STX AI. We have a tremendous just community of founders and projects that are constantly engaging across our ecosystem. We are super thankful that they have supported what we're doing here with Find to Earn and Deorganized.
I agree, and we paid for this support. We push the whole ecosystem forward, and we rise.
That's right. That's right. We're all cranking out here together between, you know, GPSC and all of that he's touching, and Crypto Dude and Trip and Rafa, and like just Rosar. There's all sorts of people cranking in the ecosystem building. Shout out Zero Authority. Shout out BoostX. Shout out Zenitron and Skullcoin. We really have a tremendous community here on Stacks. If you're looking to find a developer community that supports each other and helps each other win, Stacks is the place to go.
Yeah, right, I agree. Okay, let's start the jackpot round. It's the last game for today. There will be no winner. The prize will go for Monday, but we try to play it. The image, it's not so easy, so you have to find the stamp in nowhere, and we will give you the clue we'll give you 5 minutes and the clue in 2 minutes.
All right. So 5
Okay.
minutes total. In 2
Yeah.
minutes, if nobody found it, clue. Then 3 more minutes left.
Let's go. No stress, just try.
Let's go.
Try hard, go pro. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
The prize is 40 stacks and the clue is coming later.
Don't forget to like and repost the game rounds, fam. Where did I go?
When you get the clue, you can know only on the organized show.
Zenny, I have not won any of these games, bro. I am fucking tired.
Yeah, just try to play whitelist. We add you to whitelist. In whitelist, you have just to go forward. You can just open right now the root game or open the Flutters game. Try to play. Just follow the link and move forward, and you can easily find locations. If you found it one time, you will understand, and all the time you easy play.
Okay.
You just need to, even the time for practice, you just need to understand that how to use these maps. But on chain game will be different, you know, like in on chain game you have to collect the seed phrase, and you have to, like, since you are becoming the popular person, you have to invite friends to your team, and you can just team up with your friends and play together, because all of you will have the different seed words. You know, like, to open the Stacks wallet you have to collect 24 words.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, so if you have like 5 words, you can find your teammates, your friends, and they share the words, and you like divide the price and be happy.
I think the game is way cooler to play on PC than on a phone.
Yeah, it's
'cause
little bit easier on
damn,
PC
I
because
haven't
you
got.
have the bigger screen, but some people playing still on the phone. I believe, for example, Isaac playing on phone.
Yeah.
I tried using my phone,
Yeah,
but
but you know, we have
didn't
people
get
who
any
playing like 1 year straight. It's so long time, so they for sure practice a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just a newbie.
Yeah, but it's a onboarding layer. It's like a new gen of giveaways, because giveaways doesn't work anymore. You know, like it's a lot of farming bots. It's not fair competition. Okay, everyone, get ready for the clue. We giving you the clue right now. In 3, 2, 1, we drop the clue and give you 3 minutes more. We still have no winner. Yeah, this is hard, but I'm okay with jackpot round, since you have like 7 rounds and this price is not like fading, it's just growing, and obviously we'll have a winner.
That's right.
Damn, this shit is way far. Whew.
For sure, my goal as game master to outplay you but give you in the end opportunity to win like 50 bucks, 100 bucks. It's more fun for jackpot. And also it shows everyone that there is no bot, there is no AI who can solve the game. Like, okay, Google, okay, ChatGPT, find me this stamp. No, it doesn't work like this.
Yeah, good luck
Like
having
ChatGPT.
chat GPT find that stump for you.
Yeah, ChatGPT just say it's sorry man, it's so many pictures around the Google Street View. Are you crazy?
Yeah, nice.
So if there will be no winner chill, like the price will be 50 stacks, it's very cool. No problem.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We just have a bigger prize on Monday if nobody finds it.
Right.
Everyone wants some extra stacks so they can have a nice fat weekend. That's really what it boils down to.
So the biggest question is, do I not submit my answer and let it grow so that I have a chance for more? Or do I take the
Ooh.
price now and have less?
Oh, because it sounds like
And you
Orange
found
found
it.
the
No, I didn't find it.
Yeah,
Well,
Orange
taken.
Orange wouldn't be waiting to give his answer if he found it.
ever.
Nope.
No
Yeah, well,
hesitation.
He may, but today he seems
No.
like he's here. He's here to play
No.
today.
I don't believe
I'm like, how do you call that goblin type from Lord of the Rings?
my precious.
Yeah, my precious.
Eagle, yes. My precious. Oh,
I have found a stump, but it's not the right.
but is it the right stuff?
Stumped by the stump.
Yeah, I'm just going to submit it.
Okay, let the just a piece will say the stop when enough.
Say that again. What?
Yeah, I mean like you decide when we stop this game.
Well, we got about 12 minutes left until the SIP call starts.
So we can just give like couple minutes more, yeah?
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll call it in 2 minutes. If nobody finds,
Okay.
you guys have 2 minutes left. And then we'll close out the segment. We'll take a brief intermission, and then we'll be back with the SIP call after that.
So, did you find it, the orange guy?
I don't know. I found a stump, but I'm not sure if the right stump.
Maybe you have just to go and make the 3 steps forward.
Ah.
Yeah, to be honest, like the winner is orange. You found it. And
Congrats,
he was
Orange.
Congrats.
So I did found it, right?
Right,
It's-
right. You just behind the there are other angle from the tree.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I knew I should have closed it right away. No, congratulations, Orange. Orange played big on Friday, came in and took a little bit of pump from everybody. That was an excellent episode. Another fine episode of Find to Earn. Thank you so much, Zenny, for all you do for our ecosystem. We really appreciate you putting these all together. Guys, you need to recognize that there's a lot that goes into preparing these games on a daily basis, finding the locations, make sure that we have good content, getting them ready with the memes, images, and everything. Zenny's putting a lot of work in for us, so thank you, sir. We really appreciate.
Yeah, thank you all. But the best what you can do, it's a play on-chain game that is coming. Just mint one NFT, like 1 stacks. and leave feedback and just understand how it can become bigger, because we can do these games every week. Okay, thanks everyone. See you.
Thank you, Zenny. Have a good weekend.
Danny,
See you.
take care, sir. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You guys, by the way, you not feel obligated, but you're all welcome to stay for the SIP call. Hero and Haddy will be with us. We'll be talking around just some concepts on funding and proposals, and how that might look. Oh, Hero's here. Let's actually bring him in for. Good morning, Hero.
What's up? What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up? We just finished Fine to Earn.
Yeah.
And we're going to segue into the SIP call. We got Tinderly and Orange and GP on the show right now.
Yeah. Stay, guys. Governance, as Peace knows, it's about, involving people, involving everyone.
The thing is, or that I experience with these SIP calls is it's sometimes too much for someone who doesn't understand it completely.
But you know what, though? Then we need questions asked when we go into those realms. You know what I mean? So that we can make sure that we're covering things. Sometimes we take for granted what we already understand,
Yeah.
So that's actually why I almost deliberately try not to learn too much about projects when they're coming on the show. Like when we had Diego on yesterday, I knew earlier in the week we were going to have him on, so I didn't do any research into HODL because I wanted to make sure that I knew I had that everything was new to me. Fortunately, I also had you come on with us, and that was also new experience for you. So we asked different questions and stuff like that anyway. But specifically, you do not need to be knowledgeable on the SIPs or the SIP process or the governance or anything to participate in these shows. This is for everybody. So don't feel obligated either. I don't want to obligate you to stay, but you're welcome to stay. I do need to take a quick intermission, but if you guys want to hang, I can leave it on, or we can actually just take a quick break. I can play a couple of spots from the sponsors, and then we'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and and then we'll get right back to it at 10:30. Intermission.
Take a quick little intermission. We'll leave the stream going. Oh, guys, I'm gonna put up the Discord link so you guys can join the Discord while we're up. Thank you guys for joining. Guys, do not have to drop off, but if you're not here when I get back, I won't take it personally. But thank you all. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are Deorganized Media. Another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show. We'll be back with the Stacks Improvement and Community Innovation Show shortly. Stay tuned. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. We are here with another episode of the Stacks Improvement and Community Innovation Show with Hero Gamer and Haddy. We also have GPSC in the house with us today. What's up, my brother? We have the GM. We have the Orange Collector coming to chat with us about Stacks governance.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hero Gamer is in the house. How are you today, sir?
Good morning, guys. What's up? I'm good.
And we have Brendan Haddy Hadfield in the house. What's up, Haddy? How you doing today, man?
Hey.
How are y'all doing? How's governance looking in the Stacks ecosystem, Hero?
I would say, like, after a big shipment, yeah, people gotta chill a little bit. Gotta take that necessary break. But yeah,
Sure.
I feel like yeah, it's going well. I think if we are talking, me and you, and GP and Haddy here, sharing with the community what we're talking about, I think it's a really healthy sign.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of stuff that has transpired and a lot to come. So we gotta just kind of, and it's in the middle of the summer too. Like, it's a little bit slower today, all across the board. The morning space was a little slower. Our numbers are a little bit lower than usual this morning too. Because we have been, it's summer vacation season too. Oh, Tinderly in the house. Tinderly is back. Tinderly's going to participate again as well. So what is on the agenda for today, Hero?
So a little bit today, a little bit underprepared, not gonna lie. Been having too much fun with AI this week.
Yeah, you know what though? There's so many cool things to do, and they all add value to the ecosystem and the network. So when there's not so much going on with governance, we find other things to play with. And honestly, the Stacks AI Guild has been a tremendous development. You know what we should actually do, touch base, because it started on the show it was only a week ago, where we came up with the idea of helping 300 get a
oh my god, it was literally on this call.
Let me pull that down. Yeah, it was literally on this call.
And I just did a tweet live, right?
Right, that we manifested it. We've actually been talking about figuring out how that could work for a long time.
Yeah.
Last week on the SIP call, we talked about it. He had joined us. It demonstrated the need because he kept falling off while he was trying to participate in the conversation. Yeah. And we're like, we got to get this fixed. The community responded, and it took.
I've heard you guys talk about it on the show, on some Twitter Spaces, and I'm just a person who like if I hear too much of the same thing, and I know it's a good decision, I think you just gotta do it. So it just it kind of annoyed me, not to anybody's particular, but collectively, because we're so decentralized and no one can make no one just does it. So I don't believe in not having leadership. I believe having leadership and things will get done. So just need somebody to jump out of the little shell and just say, just do it. Just gotta do it, man.
Right. But honestly, it was amazing how fast the community responded.
Yeah, I thought it would take 24 hours or less, or a few hours, at least.
Right. And honestly, I think if we had gotten, you were so excited when we reached our goal that you announced it right away. If we had waited, we probably would have gotten a little bit more money.
Yeah.
I know we got a little bit more than our goal. Plus, I know some people actually gave him a little bit of support directly too. So it was a great initiative and support for somebody who's been contributing, been cranking in the ecosystem for a while, and well-deserved, and is a value add, by giving him that connectivity to be able to be online regularly, contributing to the space. It's a huge value. Force multiplier for our ecosystem, having him be able to be more productive. So it was a no-brainer for the ecosystem. It's a win-win situation, and that's what Stacks is about.
So, yeah, I guess you could argue this is a form of some kind of unofficial governance. I don't know. It just feels felt like the right thing to do, and it wasn't costing $1 million. And it's just small money, but the positive impact you're gonna generate from this for Rihanna and for the rest of the ecosystem. It's just so obvious. I didn't need him to generate a plan and then and then say, oh yeah, unless you give me the plan, then we'll provide this, like a forward-looking grant. It's just so obvious. So yeah, I think when things are just obvious, we shouldn't put bureaucracy in the place. And I really don't believe in too much bureaucracy. I don't believe in too much paperwork. I believe people's effort shouldn't be like having to manage people. Like people can self-manage. You don't need to put a bunch of managers in between, because the productivities are just lost.
Right, exactly. It just doesn't. It was a no-brainer. It's something that was supposed to happen a while ago, like, or could have happened a while ago. We were looking at it a while ago, but taking the initiative to make it happen is what was needed, and so it just culminated in the right time. But it's amazing that we're able to put that together, and I'd love to see. I would love to see more of that kind of thing happen out of this too. You know what? Actually, I wanted to ask Haddy if there's any updates on the organization of a D grants proposal.
The D grants proposal is making headway. Yeah. So.
Sorry, what did you say, Haddy?
Can you not hear me, or you can hear me?
Now, yeah,
I just missed that last sentence.
Oh, okay. It's making headway. So Zero is now joined, and he's helping me in the background to put some stuff together, and we're building a proposal.
And have you had any further conversation with like foundation or something, or with some people from the Treasury?
From the Treasury? There is no Treasury.
Treasury committee, like Mitchell's or Alex or whoever.
I haven't had any discussions with them at the moment. We need to have a proposal in place before that. So
yeah,
the main thing is trying to find people who wanted to be part of the team to start building this out, which now Zero has put up his hand. So him and I are building in the background at the moment. And
so just on that, I know probably foundation staff are probably starting to having a think about it. Mm-hmm. Like, so maybe it's good for you. I'll recommend you just like maybe just a notch, sync up a little bit and see where the mindset's at on different people.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, and it might actually even be helpful for you to bounce it off of Mitchell and or Alex.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you have a proposal, just say I'm working on the proposal, and is there anything that you guys are thinking about? Also, I had an interesting conversation with Landy yesterday. Landy is actually not going to be able to do TA with Landy on our show anymore, unfortunately, because he just signed a big deal with Goxstein Media, which is actually going to be Goxstein News Network, and he won't be able to participate in our show anymore because he's sold his rights. He'll still be able to come on, but we can't do a regular branded Landy show anymore because
man, you mean he sold out? Oh,
it is what it is. It is what it is. We talked for a long time, but the conversation was, we talked a little bit about proposal and fundraising, and obviously we're going to be making a proposal for Deorganized, working on that. I haven't sat down with Alex or Mitchell yet either, but I do plan on trying to touch base with them before I finalize my proposal. But I had mentioned to Landy, while we were just talking about it in general, the idea of that we had for like a community node, and or getting the endowment to put up stacks for us to stack, and maybe permanent funding. And we were talking about it, and it seems like the opportunity there might exist outside of having them stack the STX, but possibly converting an award amount to USDH and utilizing that yield, because it's a higher yield, and the yield actually comes from outside of the ecosystem. So it's not going to diminish or dilute other yield, because the yield on Hermetica comes from the delta neutral trade or the delta neutral short position and the fees they earn outside of the ecosystem on that. So there might be a way to create some kind of community permanent funding through stacking USDH.
That's huge. I like the idea of it. And let me be very clear. I love Landy, and I was just kidding whenever I said he sold that. That's not funny.
He's a very smart dude, and he communicates really well.
Yeah.
He always sounds really convincing. Doesn't matter what he says. He might be saying like, rubbish, but it just sounds really convincing.
That's my buddy. But like, I do like the idea of getting around that like different barrier by using a Bitcoin-backed stable, a yield-bearing stable, to kind of, secure some community funding right through that type of yield. It's not stacking.
Well, so the funding then isn't subject to price fluctuation, which you don't get the advantage, you don't get the upside, but you also don't get the volatility to the downside. So your funding remains consistent once you have it.
Yeah.
The yield right now is at a low at 8%, which is like probably really close to the best case scenario you're going to get over time with stacks anyway. And it goes as high as like 25%. So it's averaging somewhere between 12 and 15%. So you're getting a better yield. You're avoiding the price volatility, and the yield is actually coming from outside of the ecosystem. So it's not, it solves a lot of the potential hangups for the funding through stacking stacks. It gives better yield, less volatile, and it's not harming anything into the ecosystem. So I think it might be a really viable concept. I almost called you. I almost asked you if you were available for a call after I got off the phone with Landy, but I was on the phone with Landy for like an hour and a half yesterday afternoon. I was like, I can't talk anymore.
It's an interesting concept. I would just say if there is any like yield generated from this or revenue, if I think about it as a revenue, and I want to save some into the Treasury. So we got to have a savings account. I think at least just my concept, I would always have some savings account. And you don't want to save in USDH. You want to save in Bitcoin, but then maybe your spendings are USDH.
Right. Well, the other thing is, like the stacks gets awarded or contracted or however any stacks that gets distributed is going to be spent. It's earmarked to be spent. So the stacks is going to have to hit the market at some point. But in this case, if it hits the market and buys USDH, then you're providing more liquidity into the ecosystem too by stacking it with USDH, not in a stacking pool, but on the USDH platform, because that's going to end up being a lot of the liquidity pairing throughout the ecosystem as it grows is going to be USDH anyway.
So let me get this straight. So like we would have a node, we would run a node, and then we would take the stacks and then convert it into USDH and then stake it on Hermetica.
It wouldn't be a node. So what I would see happening, like I'm talking about numbers. Let's say we were able to get $1 million allocated from the endowment to fund a stacks community grant that then gets converted into USDH and is earning 15% annually in USDH. And that's $150K a year. And then you still have that $1 million. So you have that endowment forever.
And you're deepening the USDH liquidity.
You're deepening the USDH liquidity. You're creating this predictable short-term sale of stacks, but you're not going to have this continuous dumping as the ecosystem.
Because, through funding a community initiatives, you might find a way to, who's to say that person doesn't experiment with some type of stacking, like with the community projects, the USDH then may be converted back into stacks on the platform.
Right, it absolutely can be, depending on what they want to do with it.
Whatever they build, right?
Right.
To say that it doesn't, end up, and that's a good way to like a good route,
Right. You can earn yield and then put the yield into the community. And if it's if we can get them to allocate $10 million, which again I'm just pulling numbers out of the air, but if they can allocate $10 million to be stacked in USDH, if it generates at 15%, that's $1.5 million a year to fund the community projects.
That's huge. I mean, me personally, as long as I don't care how the yield is earned, as long as there's a way to fund community initiatives in perpetuity. Simple. That's like that. But you guys are thinking, of course, in other aspects, like what other things we need to think about, right? But as long as we can have something that we can help the builders on the ground floor, then I'm down. I'm game. I want to be able to help. I want to be able to get involved in the social campaign, get involved in the education portion of it, all of that.
Yeah, there's honestly, we have such a long and wide road out ahead of us here. There's so many things we can do, so many ways it can go, but it really is it's really encouraging that these opportunities are here. Think about where we were 6 to 8 months ago. We weren't sure how we were going to fund things and how we were going to support the ecosystem, and we do need bootstrap liquidity. We need more liquidity in the ecosystem, and funding projects through bootstrapping liquidity at the same time could be a huge game changer if it's something we really can facilitate. I don't know if it'll work that way. There's no guarantee you're getting 15% on Hermetica, by the way, but it almost is based on how it works. You're getting yield. You're going to get significant yield and putting it into Hermetica, and it's non-dilutive. It's not gonna take money out of people from It's not going to discourage other stackers. It's not going to dilute. It'll actually add to the liquidity pool, so it'll solve some of the liquidity problem at the same time. I think it's worth looking further into, and I'm actually glad that Hero kind of suggested we were going to look at funding opportunities today. Sometimes it seems like these things just kind of manifest right on time, right together. It's weird how things are synchronistic sometimes.
So from my experience, the challenge is with this is there are many ideas on the table, and we don't know which one to pick. We don't know who to listen to. So my suggestion to the people is no need to overthink it or over discuss it. Just try it, with a pilot with a small amount, see how it comes out. Because there are so many different ideas, I cannot predict which
what'll work.
What will work logistically or impact wise. So because Haddy probably has and somebody in Metro's position, they hear all these great ideas, and how do they judge, how do they evaluate which one to execute? Because you probably cannot execute 10, you can only do a few. So
$2.5 million dedicated towards whatever way we need to generate that yield and make it shake.
Yeah, just try with smaller amounts, see how it goes, and when it actually works, roll it out bigger amount. So that's what I would say, because we can discuss it for 6 months and trying to plan it perfectly after hearing everybody say in this decentralized world, and then the execution gets really slow. So I would rather quicker, smaller amount execution.
Is it possible to have some kind of a tier system, wherein how much did you contribute to the ecosystem already? And the thing is, if you get a small portion at first, so tier 1, you execute on it, you can show results, and you move up to tier 2, and then tier 3, etc.
I mean, that's a little bit like the guild framework I'm trying to frame it, and also we need it for the governance working group. So let's just take you as an example, Orange. If let's say you get onboarded today into this governance working group, and if you actually do real work, you would eventually be moved up to the next level, and the next level, and the next level, and we have like 5 levels right now. So you will start from level 1 or level 0, and based on the things that the governance working group needs, you will be able to, well, either we identify certain needs, or you just come up with an idea of what you think we need, and then just do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to comprehend it.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't know what we need until somebody tries it. So
Yeah, exactly.
I like to leave some blue sky thinking. In fact, the organized media from Peace Love was submitted on the blue sky track in Degrants 2. We didn't know we need a media thing in Degrants 2. We thought just found the builder, just found NFT projects, just make people happy, fund developers, build some minor infrastructures. We had no idea we need like some media arm that could be so impactful, which actually now we are talking as a group about governance through this media arm. So this media arm is turning into also a community town hall of some kind that, actually test builder stuff, help them, give them feedback like live. So like we didn't know we need this. So there's a lot of things in governance working group that, okay, how do you make Stacks governance better, from education, from needing new standards? These are the common things that we know of. And if you think there are better ways to do it, then you can come up with an idea and just try it. And if it works, maybe we can reward some people for their work.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. The thing is that I'm trying to establish is, if you are talking about 1 million, 2 million, whatever amount, how do you decide who gets which part of that?
Well, you'd have to establish. So what I actually think makes sense is that we establish a community council. I think that actually is probably a step we need. That would be like a community governance entity to oversee the community funds. We don't have to do that. We could just leave it open-ended and just have, random people from the community making proposals to the foundation or to the endowment and getting their funding that way. Like D-Grants is going to be an entity. They're making a proposal. They're going to have funding for a specific process. But I think the establishment of a community council to kind of be the bridge between the community and these various community-oriented projects would be it's interesting. I say that, but anytime you create something like that, it requires people to participate. And what's their incentive to participate, and how much time do they have, and if they're being compensated or not will affect how effective it can be. Such an entity, I do think that it would be a good idea, but I don't have the time to put it all together as a proposal myself. I'd be happy to serve on such an entity, but I don't know who would be willing, who's interested, who wants to participate. Like, I could see everyone in this chat being a part of something like that. but I don't know, who's got the time? What is the entity tasked with? How does it get structured? There's a lot of work there in something like that. But I do think that you need something like, your question belies that we need something like this to kind of oversee spending for a community project like that.
Yeah, so I'm just putting my consultancy hat on. If I'm seeing this from an outsider and I'm going to a company that has this kind of problem, then you will advise them to make things that you can touch them. It must be visible for everyone what is expected. So if you are saying everyone can put in a request or say, I'm going to make this, this and that, but what are the accomplishments that you are going to trying to achieve? And in which metrics are you going to look? Did this person or this group get to these metrics? And then they can go to the next step. So how can you make things more transparent as well?
Haddy, what do you think?
Yeah. When you say by metrics, what specifically do you mean in metrics? You mean by people who are putting proposals in? Or we're talking about people who are supporting the project?
Yeah, so just let's say we take the organized as an example. And the organized says, okay, I'm going to become a media part of Stacks. That's a good idea. But how do we measure if they have any impact? Okay, so my target is to have in the first month 10 people who are listening on average daily. And then if you can check that box and say, okay, they have done that, they have achieved this within a small window, like 5% is up or down, then you can move to the next step. Okay, what are you going to do next for the ecosystem? Okay, I'm going to create another interviewer like Mel, and she is going to bring in 100 people in the next 6 months. And then you can track that and see if the targets are being met within a specific window. And then you can give more money because they have proven themselves.
Right. There's all sorts of metrics you can put into something like that too. I'm sorry, Haddy, go ahead.
No, you're right. I think it will run exactly the same way as before. I think the metrics have to be part of the project proposal. So if you have a project, you need to really consider your metrics. The low-hanging fruit is obviously TVL and wallet activation. But again, those are so easy to game, and each project has to be taken, as Mel said before, Peace has said, and I've said it. Each project will be pretty unique. Deorganized media is a unique example of that. So moving to what does success look like? So I've spoken about this often, and Tinderly can talk to this as well. I've spoken in Stacks Africa space about this. What does success look like to you, and how are you going to measure that? So what are the metrics by which you're going to measure your success? And then obviously the same as DGrants before, with having milestones. So I meet X, then I've hit milestone 1, then I've hit milestone 2, hit milestone 3. And you're right in what you started out by saying is people who've been in the ecosystem longer may have more opportunity, and other ones who are brand new in the system may not have as much reputation. Therefore, their milestones will be looked at very differently. So in DGrants 2, for instance, we have people who were 50 and 50. So 50% up front and 50% on completion, where other projects were a lot less. And it also depended on the value.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, but put better into words.
So just one additional commentary there. I think it's all are correct, and I think what would be higher ROI is to this from my experience, and Haddy is going to experience that too, or whoever running the grants, is that it's a lot of overhead to administrate these milestones. And because it's forward looking, it's really hard to know, even for the person submitting. It's like writing a business plan, and then basically when you actually do the business, everything changes. Nothing goes according to the plan. So and the operator has to manage all those changes. It's a lot of work. So it's gotta be a mix of just rewarding people for the things that are already done that are impactful. So rather than trying to track everything in the future, I think it's got to be a mix of forward-looking grants and backwards-looking grants, so that it's not so operationally heavy.
That's fair.
So I got two questions for the group. I like what we're touching on, like what does success look like, and what are the metrics. So I think we need it for the governance working group. So I just want to put it out there. And the second question actually is I wanted to talk about a little bit about how to sync up with the way we would go about organizing funding for the working group or the governance side of things. So Haddy, we had a track in DGrants 2 of governance. And if we have a governance budget right now, like let's say from the Treasury, dedicated governance budget, would we actually just did what we did last time, or would we separate that governance application out to somewhere else? So I want to hear your thoughts, because it's something that I haven't like come to any, specific idea on, but maybe you had some thoughts.
Let's tease it out first. So what are the objectives of what would this pot of money or this allocation, what were you looking to use it for? Because then it's better to understand if that aligns with D grants, what we had before. So do we break it out into a separate track that's underneath governance, which is probably a lot better because you have more governance focus on it?
Yeah.
Me looking at a really quick answer, a longer answer would be, is it better to sit there because there may potentially be more attention in D grants?
Okay, I see. So let's say if I were asking you as a D grants leader, along with other leaders, you're gonna need to team up. How would you feel? Would you want to, because it's better to bring eyes together, and maybe it's easier for an applicant as well, that it all just sits under one umbrella?
Yeah, well, what would you? So the question would be, what would you like to achieve from proposals coming to governance?
I guess this is not just me, it's a question for the group, but personally, for sure, I think lots of gaps still needed. I think we need better. My priority is to get more editors to improve the process, like documentation of the process, and sub-editors. Those are the most critical gap that's a little bit more broken than others. Other ones are like quality of life improvements. I would say making sure the contributors are paid, such as the sub-deputies, sub-editors, governance cap groups. And also, I think we should have, continue to have governance conversations like we do on this space, and also on X. And also I want to generate more governance leaders. That's like the next generation governance leaders, so that we can have an engagement community. But obviously there are things like we need better SIP educations. Perhaps we need more tweets out about governance. So there are many different things.
Okay, so what we're looking at is perhaps this is me off the top of my head thinking about it.
Yep.
You just outlined the objectives of this governance group and what falls underneath the foundation at the moment.
Yeah.
Perhaps it might be better that it's a joint. So the funding comes from governance.
Yeah.
Runs inside of D grants, but it's overseen by governance. Therefore, technologies can be fostered and utilized in different tracks. Or potentially there's a joint funding. So some of it comes from D grants, some of it comes from the governance part, because it's building technology for governance, for instance sake. So
Right.
D grants I don't think is going to bring editors in, and I don't think it's going to help with the personnel issue, but I definitely see it building out the technology to make the lift easier.
Yeah, I like the idea. I think it would be a little bit of a shame if it was like you come to D grants and then whatever ideas of governance, oh, you gotta go to this other place. It seems like a little bit disjointed if I view it from first principle perspective. You just want to come to Stacks. You just want to request some funding somewhere. And it'll be easier if you don't have to run around the ecosystem and chase people. Or
Well,
chase.
from a governance perspective, so putting my governance hat on, I think it's vitally important that we have the same processes and we build those out with governance, because if governance isn't involved in the processes, then we have a problem later on. So D grants sits on a pillar of governance.
Right.
We have to work with governance in order to make sure that we are doing the things that we want to do in the ecosystem and we driving the ecosystem forward, and governance is a pivotal part of that. So I don't see any separation. I do see D grants model and the governance model as proposal entry points being exactly the same. We're building the same thing.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense too, that like the governance working group or whatever's established there kind of also serve the role of a community council.
Yeah. Like community council we're actually talking about, because one of the main responsibility of the community council, I guess, is to manage funds. I think it's hard to separate the responsibility of managing fund and the community council. If you have that completely separated, you got to create two separate groups
for no reason. Yeah,
for no reason.
You're creating that's inefficiencies at that point anyway. You know.
Yeah, like Jack Binswitch, like he's a community council leader,
right?
And then you want to get him into another group called grants committee, because he's so experienced in knowing which grants to allocate. And now you're splitting Jack into two separate groups, but I think it's just you're just achieving the same thing. Eventually, at the end goal is the same. So, yeah.
No, yeah, that makes sense that they would. And you've been working on establishing that working group. I think the working group model you're working on for governance, it's a decentralized system, and we don't want to maybe force people to do things, but I definitely think that the other working groups should kind of look at the model as far as getting some of the future leaders or the future.
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. I want to try and leave it as flexible enough and almost like it's a good model for you to have, because you are just gonna make your own area great, such as the BNS. We have the likes of Darth Dude, we have Snazzy. If I try to think of a few people off the top of my head, you have Darth Dude, you have Snazzy, you have Eric, and then you have Crypto Dude, who are like really passionate about BNS. And I think yesterday I heard on Twitter Space there was another guy at a big whale. So how do you capture those people
Hunter something? Yeah.
Just like instead of like everybody just loosely running around, I think if you have a structure, then you can make sure the pipeline of the likes of GPSC, have a really structured way and and just scalable way to mint more GPSCs, to mint more Darth dudes.
Right. Just a somewhere to send them to participate so that they can get more acquainted with those processes, or an onboarding mechanism to get them engaged.
So it's almost like unofficial decentralized hierarchy structure. Not hierarchy, but a funnel structure to take somebody from new to becoming like GP or becoming like Jack. And we historically never had that. It's always been we have a lot of different standards of groups. And I just hope with what I'm thinking with the governance working group and with the AI guild, we can have better structure. So when you come in next year, Peace Love, because when you come in, you just like took on certain roles. It wasn't like structured, and I guess like I helped some part of you to become like more involved in governance. But I think if you came in next year, I would hope that there's a better incentive structure, there's better organization structures for you to easily know, okay, this is where I'm at in the governance world in Stacks. I want to push myself to the top level, and here are things that you can do that we already identified as a group for young Peace Love to do. Or you just want to take up new initiative, like I said to Orange, you have a better idea, you take up that initiative, you make some impact, and then we help you grow to the next level.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm not shy, so I'll go and ask questions and try to get myself into the information that I'm looking for, the groups I'm looking for. And it wasn't clear. Like I had to, and not by any lack of work by anybody either. Like it's just that it hadn't been organized yet. There's a lot to do. And I think it's already a lot more organized and clear now from where we were a year ago.
Yeah.
With how that looks. And it's only going to get more and more defined and more engaged with over time. Yeah. But so we don't want to require it to be ecosystem wide.
Yeah. So just to bring it back to the conversation with Haddy, because that's you're thinking about the grants. So are you still thinking about having Twitter Spaces and having like stewards, or how are you thinking about that, so that I can also sync that up to the governance working group?
Yeah, I think the model that you've created is really good, and I really like the model. So I think that would probably be a starting point for thinking about how to build out, if you're talking about the personnel and the support aspect of it, that would be one of the ones I would probably look to utilize as well, to try and, we need standardization. It may be a bad word, but we do need some form of standardization to make it really easy for people to understand how things work. So I'd probably try and look to be as similar as possible to what you've created for, I think most people have seen the document.
So roughly you would like to have somebody from a personnel on governance hosting Twitter spaces weekly? Is that still what you're thinking, or are you changing that, or yeah?
As far as Twitter spaces, I'm not sure if Twitter spaces will probably have to be the go at the moment, because I think, like we've experienced with 300, not everyone has a connectivity that has the luxury of the connectivity we have. So in order to make sure that it's the most accessible to everyone, we have spaces is probably the easiest way to engage people. Plus, we need to get them on stage. And I would like to also have video, because I think it's a different format, but it's more personable. So I'll probably be looking at video as well.
The value of video is that you have something that lasts. Like you can make clips out of it, so it gives you more content after the fact. But you do need the spaces, is where that's the biggest value add to D grants wasn't the money. It was the network effect, the
Yeah,
participation that everyone was able to kind of almost own all of the project to some degree if they wanted to. If they were interested, they could participate, they could add value, they could get engaged in the conversation, get to know who was building what. That was really the hugest, in my opinion, the hugest value. Not that there wasn't value into helping support developers and building products and building stuff that expands the ecosystem, but I would absolutely include Spaces on X as part of the model for D grants moving forward, because it's just a different engagement level than we get on the live streams.
Yeah, so here are the spaces. Thank you, Peace. The spaces are, because it's the first point of engagement and the lowest place, but there's a lot more engagement there. And video is, like Peace said, you've got content, but it's also because the algorithms push video. So X pushes video a lot more. So it's really trying to play to get as much exposure on the one end, but also have the opportunity to engage people where they're at. So spaces is probably, and spaces are a longer format as well.
Cool. I want to hear from the new people, Tinderly and Orange. What do you guys, what's on your head when you think about all this stuff when we're talking all this, subjects?
Yeah. So one thing that is popping into my head is we have a lot of people with a lot of ideas fragmented over different ecosystems. And if we just look at stacks, even in the stacks ecosystem, it's a lot of people doing their own thing, fragmented. How can you make sure that what is needed and what other people can make is coming together? And one of the things that is the things that I usually use for pricing is the Van Wester drop pricing model. And I'm just curious if you can apply that to what is needed and what is being built.
Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, can you give us a short recap of it?
Yeah. Or maybe if you want to show us share your screen or something.
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second.
It's a super interesting concept.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Yeah. So the Van Western pricing model is basically you have a questionnaire, and then you're asking people all kinds of questions to determine what is the most efficient price for my product to be sold at, that I know the most amount of people will come and I can get the most amount of money back. So there are people that are showing I don't want to buy it at 0, and there are people are showing I want to 100% buy it at $0.
So it sounds like some kind of, in the business world, like the price elasticity of demand kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But my experience with the Van Western drop pricing model is that it is more taking more things into account to come to a general consensus, or as they call it, acceptable price range.
So how are you thinking applying that to what we talked about?
Yeah, so that's the next point, is if people are building on the left side, but the other the users of the stacks ecosystem are on the right side, how do you come together in the acceptable price range, or however you want to call it, and basically come to this point here, that the most amount of people are coming here to create, and the most amount of people or users are coming here to use that product.
So just what
it's a convergence.
Yeah. So what actually could help is, from my experience, like Twitter Spaces, where you make sure the developers and the consumers are talking in the same room, because very often the builders they are heads down building their code, but they aren't talking to the consumers, and leveraging the Twitter Spaces more regularly I think we could find some convergence. But that's one method. I don't know if there's any other methods.
That's exactly what you are describing is exactly what I think should be happening. The conversation between builders and users.
Yeah, so that does happen already on the organized already, but it actually used to happen a lot on Dgrants. I don't know if you guys remember Haddy and Peace. So when the builders were coming up with their ideas about how to build, and actually the users was like talking about all their idea, what they want to see, but they don't know how to do it. But they know this is what's needed in the ecosystem. Then when they talk, they suddenly have like a really good conversation about, okay, you know what's needed, I know how to do it, how about let's collaborate? And then they move from A to B together, and they find that point C basically. And this actually did happen a lot on the Dgrant spaces, because what happens was we had a model where on Monday it was art, on Tuesday it was BNS, on Wednesday it was developer, on Thursday it was governance, on Friday it was like all hands call. So every track leaders would come together, sharing what's up basically, and so that there's a synchronization there. But the stuff that you're talking specifically, we basically had a bunch of developers that came on spaces for the developers track, but quite often they would actually tune into the artist track, and then they would actually get on spaces, talk to the artists, and the artists know what they want, and the developers know how to achieve what they want, and then that's how things came together.
Interesting. Yeah. The thing that I noticed in a lot of things that are being built is I'm building because I can build it, but I don't have really uses for it as of yet. And how can you
say it again?
So I'm built as a developer. I can build whatever I want, what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that there are people who want to use it.
100%. Like this is what they
that's
talk
where
about.
That's where we come in too.
Yeah.
You want to come on and show your projects.
When you go to Bitcoin Frontier Fund or Accelerator, they always, I've gotten a bunch of requests to do surveys or questionnaires when they are building their stuff, and they actually talk to the end user. Is one of the requirements for the accelerator to talk to the end user, to make sure the builders know exactly what the end user is thinking, or whether it's actually good or bad. And you have seen like perfect example in the Stacks ecosystem, where the likes of the current most popular protocols such as Bitflow and Liquidium started out completely different. They had their own idea of what user want, but it, like when they actually spoke to the user, or when they actually launched their stuff in the market, like it's different. And so they had to pivot, and they succeed because they were more flexible and because they listened to the consumers. And this is what we want to emulate that too.
So the big question is then, how do you incentivize people to help in determining what the end user wants?
I don't know.
Because if someone asks me, can you do a questionnaire? It's not really that I say, yeah, because I like you. But there are not enough people that are saying, because I like you, I will do it for free, or I put my time into it.
So one way I can think of is having like an incentivized tester group, which we actually did, and it was pretty good for a while. And that can be like a dedicated group that the builders can go and ask for like consumer questions per se.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for my ignorance because I've not taken everything into account. Um,
You
it's
take
it's all very new for me. This.
That's okay. We love new people, and this is exactly where everybody starts. Orange. So thanks for asking all the questions. They are really good questions.
Yeah, Orange, it's
Pleasure.
been amazing. Thank you for bringing up the Westendorp. It's something that's a lot of people can get a lot of value out of, especially builders, understanding the conversions to the price and finding their band to play in.
Yeah. Exactly.
You saw that with Crypto Dude. He was built. He's like one of the smartest dude in the whole Stacks
Right.
ecosystem. I'm not even joking when I say he's actually one of the smartest. He was building in the background on his own without talking to the end consumer for a while. But his real acceleration exploded on the organized media. Like he came on.
100%. He can't. I didn't know he was gonna. I had no idea he was gonna be so outwardly personable either. Like he was.
No, I didn't know
First
that.
time I had him on a space. He actually was on a space before he ever came on the show.
Yeah.
I had spotlighted him on the space. Went back for Derupt, not.
Oh yeah, I think back in the day I did say, "Hey, Crypto Dude, you gotta connect with the organized. They can showcase your Derupt. I want your Derupt to succeed."
Yeah.
Because I saw him like heads down building this amazing cool technology of Derupt, but he was like alone. And I said, "Well, you gotta connect with people. Maybe we can help you succeed."
You've
We
seen
can
the
help you
game him and GP have been cranking on, right?
I know. I saw the fucking metaverse. That's like
and that's like great
insane
for us
stuff.
too, by the way. Getting him on, having him vibe code on the show,
Amazing.
breaking stuff. Same thing with Trip. Same thing with Rosar. Eric's been on with some BNS stuff early before it was ready. Like it's full circle, getting these people integrated into the community, and D Grants is also a facilitator of that same kind of thing.
Yeah, it is.
Conversation, the spaces, conversations, and getting to know each other and building that network. If we hadn't had that foundation from D Grants, we wouldn't have been able to level up BoostX or
So just to bring it more practically, Orange. So what will happen is continue to do what PeaceLove said. And also, for example, if we had Crypto Dude on a space today, like with us in the same room, he will show us the stuff that you're doing. Let's say Orange is the end consumer. He would actually get live feedback from you on this call. Or if it's like Degrant's code, it would happen something similar, but he cannot screen share. So it will be more like a talking to an end consumer, servering live on the Twitter space methodology versus screen sharing, getting live feedback methodology via the organized.
That's very interesting.
Awesome stuff. We are just about at the 1 hour mark. It's just shy of 11:30. So maybe a quick wrap up and plan for next week. What do we want to get into for next week, Hero?
I want to try and organize all governance chat from your group, from the caps.
Okay, yeah. So
and also from other caps and see who I can get. So I need to.
Well, I'll stump it in the governance cab chat and just say, hey, you guys got to come on the show next week. Hero said.
Yes. So yeah, it would be nice so that we can actually officially launch our working group. I'll try to get all the models framework finalized. Maybe Orange can be part of that framework. You can be our new governance, I don't know, like ambassador. No ambassador, but maybe like a young Jedi.
Just hit me up. We can talk about it. I'm all for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, first step, add them to the working group DM.
Yes. So no, I think that's a good thing that we talked about it today. We synced up with Haddy. So I think Haddy and I and us, we probably have a sort of a consensus. So we would continue to do what Degrants do, and I think it is good that if governance has like almost like a partnership, but it's just like the funding from the from the governance funding, to be honest.
Right on, right on. Any Haddy, any last words?
No, nothing. I've just the one thing I was looking at was, is there anything we need to complete for next week's meetings? Because I know we were talking about proposals, having the editors' roles and other roles set down in writing, or are we going to skip that for now and see where we land?
I think for now, just I think there's nothing that you have to do for next week. I think you guys should probably just focus on facilitating your SIP authors. So whatever they need help on, I think if you guys can focus that, and I'll focus on getting the rest of the working group structure and the roles established. So yeah, I'll take that responsibility up, and you guys focus on other things.
Cool. All right.
How does that sound, Haddy?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's good to touch base with everyone. I don't know how easy it's going to be to touch base. As like Peace said, it's pretty quiet at the moment. So I don't know if we're going to be able to have much for next week as a update.
Yeah, that's okay. No worries. Just continue to be there. Be like the support system for the supporter whenever they need. I would say if you spot any good talents I think that's the thing I like everybody to maybe, if you come across anybody who is good with GitHub, can help us. I think that would be a big add to our group. Like good with GitHub that can help go to the SIP repo, tidy things up when SIPs get submitted. Like Fridger right now updating his stuff. Maybe that SIP editor can go in, take a look, tidy things up, mention some basic comments there.
I wonder if the Stacks Ascend group might actually be a good resource for that. Someone that has GitHub experience.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me note that down, actually.
Let me, where are they?
Because they always commit to some stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They're always, it's just, there's a lot of devs in there, and devs generally have experience. And they're onboarding devs with new projects, so they're kind of probably looking for exposure and stuff too. So they're looking for ways to kind of ingratiate themselves and get into the community. So I'll make a post in there.
Cool.
See if we can get anybody that way.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Awesome stuff. Thank you guys again for your time and effort helping drive Stacks improvement and innovation. This is another great call. Lots of productivity. Tune in every Friday, guys, at 10:30 after the morning show and Find to Earn. We do this every week. If you are interested in getting involved, message Hero, message myself, message Haddy. We are looking for more people. We just onboarded Orange. You got to get involved in the conversation, but if you get involved in the conversation, even if you have just a lot of questions and not as many answers like Orange actually seems to have, we still want you. We need more participation. So get out there, get involved. However if governance on the ecosystem is interesting to you, let us know. We'll get you involved in that working group at the entry level or wherever you might fit. GP, anything going on today before we sign off?
Yeah, man. So over the weekend, we've got these monthly Stacking DAO poker tournament. So I'm going to be sending out invites to OGs in the ecosystem later today and making a post. Registration for guests in the Stacking DAO Discord will start at 12 p.m. ET tomorrow. And then we have 150 seats. So it might be a little bit less once we see people opting in to, register that are active in the Discord every day. But it shouldn't be too much less than 150 seats. Later, we have Deorganized Nightly at 7 p.m. And we're going to be doing a game night in the Zest Discord as well. So we're going to be playing different Discord games and other games, from around the ecosystem. Maybe eventually we'll be playing FPSTX. Let's go. So tune into, the Deorganized Nightly segment tonight at 7 p.m. ET and get into the Zest and Stacking Down Discord. Don't forget to jump into the Deorganized Discord. The AI Guild is hosted there. So if you're trying to learn how to cook, it's a good place to start to learn about the tools. So, badass, man. Happy Friday, guys.
Right on, right on. And that poker tournament is not just for bragging rights, correct?
Yeah, no, there are prizes. There are prizes in STSDX. So get in there, go have some fun, whoop on some players, and maybe have a chance to win. So first, second, and third place all have prizes.
Awesome stuff. Thank you again. Thank you, GP. Thank you, everybody. Hero, Haddy tenderly made it through the whole show. Let's go. And Orange getting more and more integrated into the ecosystem. That's a huge value add for us too. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are Deorganized Media, coming at you live every Monday through Friday, supporting the ecosystem however we can. Builders on Bitcoin, builders on stacks, builders for humanity. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Peace out.